Well, hello, my beautiful Sagittarians. Welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your monthly reading for July 2024. I've already cleansed your space and I've meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares, and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about, pretending to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings and I will never reach out to you personally to offer one. Also, I will never ask you for money, e-gifts, or donations. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful there's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Sagittarians, this is your monthly reading for July. Firstly, I'd like to apologize for the delay in getting this reading to you. Unfortunately, I had a bit of an allergic reaction and it made me lose my voice, bizarrely, as well as my hands swelling up a little bit. It took me out of action for a while, but I'm nearly back to best, so here we are. Thank you so much for your patience, and let us begin. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Sagittarians? What do they need to know? Can you please guide them for their highest good regarding the month of July? You know, I can't believe we're in July already. The year is certainly flying past so quickly. We have just moved into Cancerian season, so on a personal level, July really is a month where you'll be more focused on self-care, your nearest and dearest, as well as the place that you consider home. Creating a peaceful and supportive environment will be very important now, letting those that you care about know how much you love them, and opening yourself up to their love and appreciation too, without sacrificing your own needs for others. Expect a yearning to nest this month, or to do some DIY, reorganize or declutter in some way, and also reaffirm important relationships to you, spending good quality time with those who mean the most, and prioritizing the simple pleasures in life, as well as reconnecting to what brings you joy and fulfillment. You may also feel compelled to take a vacation during this time. You know, I always say that there's always a Sagittarian somewhere planning or taking or booking a vacation somewhere. So I definitely see that perhaps a getaway will be on your mind in some way. But you'll definitely be adding more fun things to do to your list, and even go on some sort of solo self-care endeavor to reunite with your higher self, especially since you have the High Priestess card there as your protagonist energy. This really is a nurturing and caregiving month, focusing on what you value the most, but on a deeper level, there are a lot of shifts going on behind the scenes. The new moon on the 5th of July opens up a powerful gateway to reconnecting to a part of yourself that you may have felt that you've lost touch with. A new awareness opens, giving birth to new ideas, new adventurous pathways, and your emotional compass, it guides you at a heightened pace this month as you rediscover what you're capable of, setting higher, healthier boundaries, and truly relating to the world around you to vocalize your needs and also have your needs met. This is a time of asking, how are you feeling? How are you doing? And setting intentions to create more stability and security in your life and in your relationships. Now, also, we have Sirius, the most powerful, brightest star in the sky, encouraging a deep soul-searching quest to ask bigger philosophical questions about the next steps of your path, to reestablish your independence and get organized on healthier life practices and routines. Plus, Jupiter, planet of prosperity and expansion, it passes over Aldebaran. Now, this is often called the Eye of the Bull. which is considered the luckiest star, amplifying real opportunities for better luck and surprising positive outcomes. Now, of course, with every positive, I always say there is an opposite. Saturn retrogrades until the 15th of November, which is quite a long time, and this can actually lead to second chances or opportunities to reevaluate and revisit to improve. So it's not all doom and gloom. Saturn retrograde, it does have the potential to dampen our fun a little bit, as it kind of demands that you get more organized to make your life run smoothly without overstretching yourself. But this actual retrograde, it will slow everything down so that you can actually pause and prioritize what's important. Now, this month can also amplify a few delays, which can frustrate. Saturn retrograde really tests our patience and teaches us lessons about patience as well. We don't particularly like those lessons, but here we are. Often there is a powerful energy to come in pause, because it helps you re-examine where you've been in your life, where you are right now, and make sure you're on the right track. So there is purpose in pause. Plus, we also have a second full moon in the sign of Capricorn. So, it's often called the blue moon, or a blue moon that comes. It's quite rare, but it gives you an opportunity to really connect to your ambition during this time. It's a time to reassess your workload, work smarter, not harder, release money blocks as well, and that ambition will return as the delays start to subside. So you can get busy accomplishing your goals and get back on track. Now, in terms of global events, we do have some very volatile energy to be mindful of. Mars conjuncts Uranus on the 15th of July, and that can lead to some major shakeups, reshuffles of leadership, people stepping down or being nudged out of their positions. Shocking events or news as well could happen as conflicts or confrontations arise. It's a very intense and unpredictable energy, and this conjunction, it can feel very revolutionary, like nothing will ever be the same after this moment. So on a personal level, it could be that, someone reveals their true colors, and suddenly you see them in a different light, and you know that you are never going to be the same with that person, but the truth shall prevail. For some of you, it could also be that you suddenly have an epiphany of how to put some life changes into practice, and suddenly you revamp or revitalize your spirits in some way, and you take charge of your life, and it's really exciting. So, these energies, they can be channeled into positive endeavors, but they do tend to be very unpredictable. There could be a personal revelation, but also it could be an eye-opening time in terms of world events as well as personal development. Now, it's almost like a bit of a rude awakening, but you have the Tower and it's in the resistance position, which tells me that you avoid anything truly negative. Okay, so I definitely see that there's a more positive time here for you in the month of July. Pluto has been very active over the last couple of months, so critical exposés will continue to bring things to light that have been hidden. And, there'll be some dishing of dirt on people, especially on the public eye scene. But I have been mentioning this for quite some time, and it will continue. I'd like to say that the latter period of July is all about extremes. Even though I don't like that energy, I'd have to say that that's how I'm reading the energy right now. So major or freak weather events like earthquakes or hurricanes that are actually stronger than usual for the time period that we're in. So watch out for that. And sometimes in places that are not typical, they could occur there as well during this season, okay? And also, water levels could be affected too as we close out Cancerian season and move into Leo season. So just watch that. I definitely see that there could be something arising there as well. Also, this Mars-Uranus conjunction can increase electrical storms, which can disrupt or cause power outages. Social media platforms, apps may also have glitches during the latter part of July. So just watch out for that too. I mean, whenever there's a storm, symbolically it clears the air. So it's kind of nice. It breathes a breath of fresh air into your life in some way. But I do see that these weather systems will amplify over the next coming weeks, which can be a little bit disruptive and in some cases disturbing as well there, okay? I would literally say expect the unexpected from mid-month, both on a shocking level, but also on a pleasantly surprising level. And this month, I'm also bringing back the personal reading competition. So due to circumstances, I've not been able to offer one in quite some time, but now that certain issues have been resolved, I am able to open it up again. So I'll let you know more about that later because I want to get straight to your reading at this time. And I have to say that even though I'm looking at your cards that have popped out, none of them are coins. None of them are all about money. However, your 8th house and your 2nd house are governing you in the month of July. So it's kind of all about the money. It's all about value. It's all about how you budget, how you prioritize, and how you save for your future, as well as pay off debt, because the 8th house is all about joint finances, mortgages, repayment plans, credit card debt. So some of you are literally knocking down debt right now. You're going to be able to cancel that out very soon, or that's something that you're working hard towards. For some of you, you may be getting a mortgage or you're paying off a mortgage at this time, trying to get a better deal if that's possible. But also you'll be transforming your finances with this house. So this could indicate, especially with the Tower there, some sudden new money-making ideas that will help you put more money in your pocket than anywhere else, okay? So pay close attention to anything that comes left field there. I feel this is really a time for putting money-making ideas into practice, but also if you've been holding back on launching something, this is a great month to just take that leap of faith and take charge and go for it. Also, your 2nd house of value is influencing you, and that's all about how you value yourself in situations, places, relationships, events, with your nearest and dearest as well. You could be looking at where you sort of give away your power in your life, where you undersell your talents, or when you notice where people underestimate you or undervalue you. And I definitely see that you're readdressing the balance or taking yourself out of the equation. There's one thing that is very true in life. You can't change people that are around you, but you can change the people that are around you. So I'm really getting that right now of you kind of reshuffling who gets into your inner circle and really looking at friendships, okay? Now, of course, you're going to be looking at budgets, savings plans, real estate, really leveling up. There is this go-getting energy about you. So if you're not really focused completely on your finances, it's more about how you value yourself, how you have that gravitas, how you conduct yourself in situations, having more confidence in yourself, and really being a force to be reckoned with. But your first card there is the High Priestess. So this is a card where you are literally opening the door to your subconscious mind this month and almost like reprogramming your brain in some way. This is the most beneficial time for you this month, where you're asking bigger questions like how you're going to show up for yourself today. What did you learn from yesterday that you can implement today and basically change your future? It's almost like your life is in review this month, and you're reminding yourself of what you want to stop doing, what you want to stop accepting or feeling, or, basically rewriting your personal narrative in some way. Also, I feel like you're going to be paying more attention to your spiritual beliefs, taking some time out, withdrawing to gain enlightenment, to know yourself on a deeper level, but also developing those spiritual, intuitive leanings that you have, those hunches, those knowledgeable moments where you are tapping into almost like a psychic energy. So you may feel like you know something before you actually know something factually. So I would pay close attention to any hunches that you have. But also the High Priestess, it's a card of caution, okay? And with the Strength card and the Six of Swords, for some of you, you may be looking at how you were raised, how you have dealt with life. You've had to be a warrior in life. You've had to be strong because circumstances have made you that way, because things may have been turbulent. You may have been going through a very testing time. And you may be not just looking back to when you were younger, through teenage years up until your 20s, 30s, however old you are right now, you may be looking at how you've almost been conditioned to either expect the worst or been conditioned to feel like you're not enough. I feel like you're breaking cycles this month all over the place. Whether you had a bad relationship in the past, or you were bullied in the past, or whether someone wasn't there for you, didn't show up for you, and you had to show up for you, you're really noticing what you're capable of and how strong you've been all through these testing times. And I feel like, there's part of you, you need to allow yourself to feel really proud of yourself, because I feel like you've been battling away and things have been difficult, and I feel you're pretty exhausted looking at your cards here. I just had a thought that not many people have got the moon card recently, and there it is for you. I just realized you've got it. So I feel this is about you kind of like shifting illusions, this energy of reprogramming, things that we have learnt in the past, whether it's from parents, guardians, our peers, when we were younger, bullies, teachers, whatever. It's almost like you are unlearning to relearn, as it were, and now you are learning from your own perspective and only keeping the tools or the things that you feel are necessary to you. So I feel there's a bit of shedding going on there in a spiritual sense as well as a philosophical sense, but it's almost like you're doing a bit of an overhaul. Now, of course, this is a cautious card, and you have the Six of Swords. So as I said, I feel like some of you have been conditioned to expect the worst when actually you're going to get the best of a situation. Okay, I feel things are starting to come together for you. There may be something that's really difficult on your mind. You're wondering, how are you going to make it happen? But all you need to take care of is investing in one foot in front of the other and taking action towards your goal, and you shall accomplish it. I see that you're going to be very productive this month. You are very goal orientated, and if you're not normally a very organized person, which I feel you pretty much are, but if you tend to have had a relapse, or you have other placements in your chart that suggest you're not so organized, I feel this month you're actually going to surprise yourself. You're going to be super on it, hitting your targets. You're going to get a lot done, but you're going to actually prioritize what's important this month. So I feel a deeply reflective month where you're looking at your schedule to make sure that you get the best out of your time, and you're not like frazzled doing everything all at once. You don't have to do it all at once. So I really get a sense here of you compartmentalizing this month, just to make sure that you can breathe, have no anxiety, be really focused and precise about what it is that you want to do. And I feel directly you will accomplish whatever it is you set out to do there as well. Now, because we have the Tower here and the High Priestess, some of you are worried about something crumbling away, okay? Let it fall, whatever it is. Don't hold on tightly to anything that is either trying to leave or doesn't feel right, especially with the Moon card there. If you got a hunch that something doesn't feel right about something, I feel withdrawing to kind of like observe it from a different angle, it shall reveal itself. For example, and I don't see anyone here, like there's no person in your energy that is like being deceptive is what I see. But if you feel that someone is a little bit loose with the truth or something like that, by stepping back and observing their behavior, sometimes it makes the other person feel so uncomfortable that they kind of like, reveal it themselves in their actions. So I feel you sort of stepping away from something that you feel isn't right during this month, okay? Now, it's going to be different for everybody, but know that you are protected during difficult times, or protected against anyone who is, being unfair or dishonest, or basically, holding back on something. But again, I don't see that happening here in your chart, but there's this energy of, if it's too good to be true, trust that it's too good to be true, okay? So I feel that's coming out there as well. Now, also the High Priestess, some of you have a real quest for connecting to the unknown this month. So you may actually submerge yourself in like a documentary about, the universe or other worlds, other dimensions, the spirit world, the occult. This is really about diving deep. And I feel some of you with that Six of Swords, it's kind of like to lose yourself in those sort of otherworldly things it feels comfortable for you at this time, because I feel like you've got a lot of pressure on your shoulders, but you have a desire to kick back and relax. For some of you, it could be that you want to kick back and relax in a good book. Now, this could be a fantasy book, for example, or it could be a book about the unknown, etc., etc. I just feel this energy of you wanting to have some alone time, or to really kind of like, you know, establish your independence, go off and do things that really mean something to you at this time. Really take charge of your life is what I see. Now, Six of Swords, I definitely see that a lot of you have had some major restructure going on over the last couple of years. It almost feels like your life is totally different than it used to be in some way. And some of you are trying to rebuild or trying to reconnect to a part of yourself that you feel like you've lost touch with, and you feel that things have been really turbulent or testing, and it's been hard. I really feel with this card that you've been through a bit of a rite of passage in your life. So you could have learned something that you had to do because circumstances kind of forced you to do it. What I mean by that is, for some of you, if, for example, you lost your job, and I'm only saying this if you've come to this reading and you've lost your job, some of you may have been forced to like take a course of learning, to upskill in a different area, or take a different direction, or search in a different neighborhood for something. So I feel there may have been something where you felt you were forced to take action. For some of you, it could be that you were kind of put under pressure to get a project done, and you like to take your time because you're so diligent and you pay close attention to things. But if you feel a lot of pressure, because I feel with that tower there, you've been under a lot of pressure recently, you may be worried about making mistakes. I feel you're not making any mistakes, but I also feel this is energy of slowing down a little bit more, because I feel things have got a little bit too fast paced. So you're actually really looking at calm situations, trying to manage your stress levels, and basically gain greater wisdom from stillness, okay? Because, I mean, my guides are asking me to look at this card deeply, and it's like, have you felt like you've run aground in life? Like normally this boat would be on water, but it almost looks like it's, it's been beached, as it were. So some of you may feel that you're not in the flow at the moment, or you feel stuck in some way, but know that you are returning to being in the flow, and that you're being guided out of difficulty right now. And, however turbulent things have seemed at this moment in time, trust that you are being guided to uncharted territory, to come out of your comfort zone. Things tend to get really difficult when you're about to really achieve something or have a breakthrough. It always gets super difficult right before that breakthrough moment. I don't like it myself, but we tend to be tested in life, and it helps us level up and learn lessons. Because, of course, coming to this earthly plane, it is a school of life, but I feel like you've passed the test. Now, some of you on a more sort of local level, this could be that you have been developing your spiritual gifts and you may be testing them this month. Some of you, it could be that you have challenged yourself and put yourself in a course of learning or training, and you're going to get a qualification or certification. This is you passing with flying colors, okay? Also, some of you may have felt that you have been drifting a little bit recently. I mean, you're very goal-oriented. You know what you want. You basically are very motivated to go and get it. I feel like you've been having to push yourself to be motivated recently, but I feel the pressure has been on and you are exhausted, and I see that you're close to burnout here. So I would just be a little bit mindful. Life seems to have been a bit chaotic for you. It just feels like you've been doing a lot of things, spinning a lot of plates recently, and now it's the calm. But I feel for some of you, you may have been conditioned to think when there is a calm period, you're kind of expecting the storm. It's like sometimes you may have even started to look recently at, happiness. That if you feel that, you get a moment to be really happy, you're like, okay, where's the fly in the ointment? Now, this could come from the level of trauma that we've all experienced in terms of humanity over the last couple of years. So it's almost like, there's that undercurrent of what next? Can I really make plans now? Can I really get out there? Can I have fun? Can I, all of those things. Now, of course, we've moved on since then, but still we can be haunted by experiences. They really, mark us forever. So I feel some of you are still getting to grips with that. Maybe not everybody, but I feel some of you that's coming through there. But also with the Six of Swords, this is about moving on from challenging times. You're transitioning to something better. So if some of you have had a bit of a shock in your life, whether it's, you lost your job or you've been made redundant, know that you're being guided towards a better opportunity where you get more creative control, where you do something that you love, and it will lead to better opportunities and greater status. And also, I feel it's a role where you can really strategize for your future and elevate. Whereas before, you may have felt like you've hit a bit of a glass ceiling or a plateau, and deep down, if you're really honest with yourself, you may have even thought about leaving or, going to another company, for example. Of course, this reading's not just about career, but if you are in a career or looking for an opportunity, there is one coming through. It's something that is more resonating with your heart. It's about you following your heart and an opportunity. It's like a dream job opportunity comes in. But I feel with the Eight of Swords there, that there may be a little bit of a delay in the process. So I feel, you really pass the first or second interviews with flying colors, but then you may have to meet with someone a little bit more senior. And that person, I feel like they're either super busy and under pressure and they can't find time in their schedule, or they're away, they're on vacation. Don't take the delay as you didn't get it, because I feel, you will hear from this position and I feel like you'll actually accomplish it, okay? You are the star candidate at this time for this role. Now, also, the Six of Swords, I feel you've been challenged and you've proven how strong you are, mainly to yourself, okay? I feel like you're not here to prove to anybody else but yourself how strong you are. But the Strength card and the Six of Swords, these two cards, along with the High Priestess, which is a pause card. It's like withdraw within yourself and really nurture your own needs. This is your body calling out for a rest. Now, don't get me wrong, we're in Cancerian season, so this can indicate it's a much nicer time. It's a more loving time. It's a time where you want to find support and a peaceful environment. And basically, it's a nurturing month, a caregiving month. But I also feel like there are some critical moments where there's a bit of a plot twist. And I do feel here with your energy that there could be a delay in something that you've been hoping for. And it really puts you under pressure, or it kind of makes you a little bit anxious at first. But number one, I feel that you're going to be on top of things. You hit your target. So it's kind of like you may get it like last minute, but you still are on top of it. So it may be that you are having a bit of pressure last minute to get something finalized. Or, it could be that something is delayed and you have a hunch that, hang on a minute, maybe I should reach out to see why it's delayed. And then suddenly it's like, oh yes, well, we meant to do that, but it just got lost in the system, and your little nudge will remind them. Now, you shouldn't have to do that, but I feel for some of you, it could be critical, so you may feel like you have to. So this could be like there is a deadline for a contract, or, a visa or a passport running out, or maybe you've booked a vacation and you have to get like an emergency passport or visa because the time is running out, or you sent your passport off to be renewed ages ago, but it hasn't come through the post. There's something there that seems critical for you in the middle of July, but don't sweat it because it'll all work out in your favor, okay? Now, of course, the Strength card, it's all about your inner resolve, that you really are a force to be reckoned with, but also this is about you sort of like being a go-getter and a goal setter, and I definitely see that you're taking charge of your life this month to bring more peace, more serenity, and to really look at your schedule so that you can actually do things with ease rather than be frazzled and running around doing everything all at once, okay? So there is this energy of prioritizing at this time as well. Now, the Strength card also indicates that you're going to have unlimited resources to, channel your energy into all your creative endeavors or pursuits, because I definitely see you taking charge there. And I feel like you're going to be very busy, very productive. And if you have been feeling, low energy, low vibe, I feel like your body is craving a rest. And if you don't take that rest, your body is going to make you. just like I had an allergic reaction, for example. It took me out of action for a while because I obviously needed a rest, but also I had a reaction. You may get like a seasonal cold, for example. Something will come to slow you down if you're not listening to your body, mind, and soul. So I feel it's very important for you there as well. Now, we do have the Tower. It's in the resistance position. So that's really positive because it means, that if there's anything shocking, you may hear like shocking news about somebody or someone around you, for example. There may be some news there, and I feel like there's a concern about it. I don't feel like they're super close to you, whoever this person is or this situation is, but you may hear something shocking, but it doesn't directly affect you or the people that you care about, but it also sort of reminds you what's really important in life. Okay, that's coming through there very strongly. Now, the Tower in this position, it can also indicate anything that you've put off recently that you've been meaning to do. This is the month to do it. So if you've been meaning to end that subscription that you've had running in the background, snatching up all your money, but you haven't had time to end that contract, you're going to put an end to it. If you've been meaning to get on that diet or to cut out that thing that's been making you feel bloated or maybe giving you an allergic reaction, you're going to cut it out. There's going to be like an awakening or a wake-up call. It could even be a rude awakening. And you decide to suddenly do something about it. For some of you, this could also be a project that you put on hold or delayed yourself. It could be a dream opportunity that you thought wasn't possible at this time, but suddenly you're doing it. Some towers, it can indicate a shock or a paradigm shift, but it can be positive. It doesn't always have to be negative. The Tower only comes when you're feeling really stuck. Okay, so if you have been feeling stuck or you've been feeling really under pressure or tested recently, I feel this period is coming to an end and you're liberating yourself out of that difficulty. Now, I have been saying this in pretty much everybody's sign so far because the Tower has been showing up pretty much for everybody's reading in the month of July. Now, whenever it shows up for everybody's sign, it tends to mean something global could occur that shocks people. Okay, I don't even want to go there and wonder what that could be. But I feel with the Tower in this position, again, I feel like you're in a really good position to weather this. And I feel like it doesn't, directly affect you in some way, but you're aware of it. It's almost like I can't believe that just happened kind of energy. But moving away from global events, let's make it more local energy here. The Tower can indicate that sometimes, you got to let things fall away. Friendships, relationships, situations, things that you've been holding on tightly to for so long, but either the situation's not giving back or you're not getting anything from it, or perhaps it's an outdated practice or a belief system. Maybe you're shedding an old habit, or, you're letting go of something that is no longer relevant for you. For some of you, this could be like literally decluttering your wardrobe or, really finally cleaning out that closet that you've been meaning to. Whatever it is, I feel there is restructure going on here. Now, if you are in a career and you work in an environment where you work for a company, there could be a major restructure going on and some downsizing. Okay, I hate to give that message, but I definitely see there that it is possible. Now, I feel you will be warned about this. So there is a bit of a, maybe news that you hear this month if you work for a company. I feel there that with the news coming in, it can make people feel a little bit in limbo, like, oh my gosh, is my job going to be on the line? But looking at your Knight of Swords there, I feel this is more that you are an integral member of the team. You're someone who takes action. You're someone who is respected, and, you make a difference. So I feel that you are in a position where they actually want to sort of reshuffle things, and they may actually offer you a new role. So you may benefit from this where others unfortunately do not. I don't like to give that message, but I have to be honest with what I see there. And some of you may literally shock some people by leaving your position because you've got another one lined up, okay? So it could be that you're quietly quitting and then suddenly like, yeah, see ya, I'm off, and you're heading into a new position that has more status, more money, and more creative control is what I see there as well. Now, of course, for some of you, the Tower with the Sun card and the Moon, if you are basically taking a vacation, because the Six of Swords can be travel, some of you may have some major delays, and they may be so major that you'll get compensation, okay? Now, you probably don't like to hear that, but it could also be, and again, oof, I'm going to pull a card on it. I hate giving this message, but it could be a delay, or it could be that your baggage is delayed. Okay, you'll still get your baggage. Your baggage is not lost, but it could mean that it shows up a little bit later. It just seems to be some sort of delay there. So just watch out for that. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Sagittarians? What do they need to know? 5 of Pentacles, 7 of Pentacles. Yeah, you will be compensated, but you may feel it's not enough because, you know, number one, you can't get back time. So I feel that's very important to recognize. So if you're delayed for more than a couple of hours, you're going to be really cheesed off, and the money will not reflect, you know, how much time you have lost in that. But also, I feel that yeah, I feel that for some of you, you know, you will not really get compensation for your baggage being delayed. However, they will pay for your baggage to be delivered to you, but I feel like you're dissatisfied with the whole process. Okay, so that's coming out there. I hate to give that to you, but it is there. Okay, that's not going to happen with everyone. I'm getting a small percentage, maybe 4% of my beautiful Sagittarians experiencing that. Hopefully you're not one of the 4% of that. Now also with the Tower energy and the 5 of Pentacles and the 7 of Pentacles, this could be an indication that you need to slow down your pace, that you are under a lot of pressure, or you have been putting a lot on your shoulders. You have a lot of responsibility and tasks. Remember what I said, if you continue at a certain pace, you'll burn yourself out. And that 5 of Pentacles is like you'll get that seasonal cold, or you will basically feel a little bit under the weather or struggle. And the 7 of Pentacles is like you must reevaluate to find an easier way of doing whatever it is that you do. Okay, so I mean the Sun is there, which means you get clarity and you will feel joy and happiness and fulfillment. Finding an alternative route is what I see there. Now also the Tower with the 5 of Pentacles and the 7 of Pentacles, it can indicate that you've been struggling with something and now you're having a breakthrough. And it gives you an opportunity to find a new strategy or make a decision to approach your goals or your dreams from a different viewpoint. I feel like if you haven't got what you've been manifesting, it will not be too much longer. But also I feel this is a critical point where you are really basically being really honest with yourself and not afraid to admit what is no longer meant for you. And that could be, as I said, you're shedding either friendships, relationships, environments, places that perhaps don't resonate with you anymore. Just let it go, okay? I feel like you've been holding on too tightly to something that actually you feel is causing you sadness is what I'm getting, okay? Because the 5 of Pentacles is a sadness. It's an energy of you going, I give and I give and I give to this situation, but it just doesn't feel good. Or what am I getting back? How is it enriching my life? I feel like you're asking that big question right now. Now also, I feel that you are diligently working towards something and it has been a bit of a struggle, but you will have a breakthrough moment in the month of July. Now, this doesn't have to be about career. It could be a personal development. It could be something that you've been working on within yourself, whether it is diet related, sleep related, whether it is that you're trying to find a new environment. Maybe someone's been pushing your buttons and you're trying to distance yourself from that person. Maybe you've got noisy neighbors and suddenly you find like a medium point where both of you can try and understand how you can sort of live with each other without getting angry. I just feel like there is an alternative route and you will find it. And it basically gives you an opportunity to rebuild in a healthier fashion. Now, also we have the Moon card, and this card indicates, especially with the Tower and the sun, it's like there is a hidden opportunity for you this month. Now, this could be that you're delving into a hidden talent, or it could be that, there is something going on behind the scenes right now that isn't as it seems. But I feel it's in a really positive way because of your end cards and because the sun is present. So this indicates that either there is an opportunity being orchestrated towards you right now, and it will be revealed at the right moment. So, for example, if you are someone who is super independent and you haven't been able to find love, it could be that suddenly you start talking to someone new and you were not expecting to find someone new, but the universe has put someone new on your path on purpose so that you can, basically meet your soulmate. This reading really isn't about love, but I do feel if you're looking for love and you're manifesting love at this time, I feel like there is someone who is a meeting of minds coming in for you. This person could have air in their chart, Gemini, Aquarius, and Libra energy is coming through there. And I feel like both of you, it's almost like you talk into the long hours of the night about everything. And suddenly you're like, wow, we've been talking for 5 hours. You know that this person is pretty special, okay? And vice versa. So if you are looking for love, I feel like there is a strong potential there as well. There's a romantic energy there. And remember, a tower can be like love at first sight. Suddenly, everything you knew about love has changed because you've met a new person and they bring a new energy into your life as well. Now, the moon card is a very deeply reflective energy, so it can indicate you're going to be a little bit more sensitive than usual this month, but it's also about romancing your life a little bit more, because I feel some of you have felt a little bit detached or just like on autopilot because life has been so challenging recently that you've just been doing, and it's really hard. I'm being given this energy that sometimes we don't have the luxury to seek fun or embrace whimsy in our life because we have to be strong. We have to show up for ourselves and our family, and we have to do life, pay bills. There's a lot of responsibility there. But I feel like even the little things, it's about giving yourself time to embrace the smaller moments this month, to really connect to yourself, even if it's like find like half an hour to kick back, relax, and read a good book, or submerge your mind into, a different world, to really sort of give yourself a sense of pause and reflection. Because sometimes in those pauses, we can get sudden epiphanies and realizations on how to enrich our life in some way. Now, also the moon card with the high priestess energy, it can indicate that you are really cautious about some radical change. Now, this could be an undercurrent of something that you're expecting. It could be, especially since your 8th and 2nd house is influencing you, some of you could be really working hard to protect your finances, make sure that you are looking at where you house your finances and see that they are covered by insurance for a certain amount should there ever be an economic fluctuation. I feel some of you are just like, there's this undercurrent of like change is coming and you don't really know, or you don't really see how you can pinpoint what that change is, but I feel like you are kind of like preparing yourself in some way. So I feel it's really important to recognize that you shouldn't allow this sense of feeling that change is afoot, winds of change happening in your life, rob you of joy. I want you to be aware of that. Life is for living, trying to live in the present moment and find the happiness, the laughter of the present moment with your nearest and dearest. That's the most important, of course. But I feel some of you are kind of like, I don't know, there's this energy of preparation. So some of you, it could be that you're preparing to move. Maybe you are thinking about relocating and thinking it's a monumental task. Maybe you're searching for real estate right now and the prices are super high and you're like, how am I going to be able to get a mortgage, or how am I going to be able to afford the fees? I definitely see that the right property or the right opportunity for you is going to come towards you. Remember, what is meant for you will never pass you by. And that's the same in relationships, same in opportunities, it's the same in finances. I feel there are winds of change about you, but I feel like you're protected during these times. And I feel like, that you're in control of the changes is what I see there. Now, the Sun card also indicates that you're following your heart and you're embracing more moments to have joy. I feel actually that you're trying to identify the things that you connect to and how they bring fear, because you have the Eight of Swords here as well. So it's almost like locating fear or anxiety or what's been the cause of it, and really looking at it, sitting with it, because when you can identify it and really analyze it, then you can do something about it. But if you bury your head in the sand, then of course, sometimes the problem or what we imagine in our mind can actually be greater than the actual problem itself. So with that Strength card, I feel like you're facing anything head on this month. And actually, I feel there's nothing to worry about. I feel like you get organized, you're on top of things, and you are basically having a strategy, and you're totally on it. You're hitting your targets. And I see that you're protected and redirected towards what is meant for you. Now, of course, the Sun card, as you can see there's a big old sunflower, and sunflowers, they follow the sun throughout the day. So some of you may feel that you want to go on a vacation towards the sun, or maybe you've just come back from one and now you've had an opportunity to see your life from a bird's eye view. And I feel like you're implementing changes to basically re-strategize your life, but also implement healthier lifestyle choices so that you can benefit and be more creative or more in control of your schedule day to day. So I feel like you're choosing, to basically find more joy, connect to more hobbies or things that bring you fulfillment. Now, also this card indicates abundance. You're attracting more abundance towards you, and actually hidden opportunities. This could be like money, it could be relationships or new people into your life, because I feel a lot of newness coming in here. It's almost like I see out with the old, in with the new, and it's not even the end of the year for you. I just feel like you're restructuring your world in some way, and you're revamping so that you can bring more joy and peace into your everyday, okay? Now, of course, some of you may actually be taking that vacation, and it will give you an opportunity to really look at any problems that you need to solve. You will get clarity on that, and you will take action to resolve those things. Anything you've been wrestling with, I see that you're going to basically find a solution to it. But also we have the Magician card. You're a very gifted and talented person, and you actually have a lot of tools at your disposal to change your life. But also I feel this is you strongly being in the law of attraction and focusing on what it is you truly desire at this time. You can have the confidence to take action and accomplish whatever it is you set out to do, okay? So I feel some of you, if you have had moments of procrastination, I mean, we all go through a period of procrastinating. I feel like you are managing your time better this month and cutting things out that distract you, okay? It's almost like anything you don't need to see right now, you're not seeing it. You're focusing only on your goals, and you're moving ahead with tenacity, drive, commitment, and dedication to accomplish whatever it is you set out to do. This is all about your willpower as well. So if there's something you want to cut out of your life, whether it is a substance, whether it's a person, an environment, an addiction, whatever it is, I feel like you're taking control, and I feel like you are basically turning your visions into reality, but you're taking action with it as well. Now, also, this is a card that has a potent message of your creative magic, your powerful sort of thoughts becoming things. So I really feel like you're connecting and channeling your energy into steering your life in the right direction. So I feel like you are really powerful at this time, and I feel like you're attracting opportunities for your highest good. So I mean, there's a lot of books showing up in your reading. So I feel some of you are absorbing a lot of knowledge this month to help transform your life in some way. And I feel you're in a really powerful position to make things happen. You know, I feel like you are a force to be reckoned with this month to really sort of power on through and get stuff done. And you're going to look back at the month of July and say, you know what, I accomplished a lot and I did it all by myself. We also have the Knight of Swords there, lifestyle changes. So I definitely see healthier working practices or healthier endeavors coming in here. But also I feel life is going to pick up pace at the end of July for you. So it's going to be a little bit like easy going at the beginning of the month, but then it's going to be super busy as you leave July. So I definitely see you're going to be busy again. But I also feel that with the Eight of Swords, this is about you kind of like, it's really interesting because I see this maze and I see this knight, and this knight is basically a goal-oriented knight. And as you can see with a maze, there's always going to be like a path that leads nowhere, okay? And as you can see, this sword is ready to cut through the path. So it almost feels like if you're coming up against a brick wall or a blockade, this month you're smashing on through. It's like you're unstoppable. You're not going to kind of like just look at the alternative route. You're going to go, no, this is the path that I'm on and I feel it's right for me and nothing or nobody is getting in my way. And it doesn't mean that you're going to bulldoze your way through. I feel like you're carving creatively a pathway for yourself that you're going to be so proud of, okay? Also, I feel words are very important for you at this time. So if you don't journal, perhaps you would benefit from this. But also I feel some of you are really good at creatively expressing yourself. I mean, when it comes to relationships, you may find it hard to find the right words sometimes, but when you're writing it down on a page and really like cathartically getting stuff out, either through poetry or screenplays or writing a book or a blog, I really feel like all the words are going to come to you and you're going to express yourself this month in a really exciting way. And I feel some of you may even think about writing a book. But what I see here is, you really exerting your independence. So whether it is you independently going off and traveling or going off to some sort of museum, gallery, or a festival, I really feel like you're embracing adventure. And I feel that you're reconnecting to a part of yourself that you feel like you've lost touch with for quite some time. Also, when you get the Knight of Swords with the Eight of Swords, it can indicate that you're responding to challenging situations in a different way. You're not allowing it to affect you anymore. You're choosing your battles and you're saying, you know what, that's not worthy of my time. I'm just going to focus my attention elsewhere. If it doesn't enrich or enhance your life in any shape or form, you're avoiding it. It's not meant for you. So I definitely see that, you're really maturing in that respect as well. But also I feel this quest to broaden your horizons. You just want to get out and see the world or see things from a different viewpoint. So you may actually explore your neighborhood in a new way, or you may actually decide to go to a different vacational spot than you usually would. So I also feel like your goals, you will accomplish them, okay? When you get the tree right in the center there, that tends to represent wealth. So I feel like you are creating stability, but also financial stability in your life. And with the Eight of Swords, this can be that you're releasing yourself from denial, okay? So if you've overspent last month or you had a shocking bill that came in, because I feel some of you may have been shocked by a bill last month and you're just trying to recoup your money or your budget strategy, I feel like you will have it under control by the end of the month and you'll be back to replenishing your pot is what I see there. Now also the Eight of Swords, it can indicate that, you might feel like it's not happening right now, but you're actually turning a corner for the better. And, any challenging times are being lifted from you. Things are going to get easier and you're going to find a way because that's who you are. You instinctively and naturally find your way. And with that Queen of Swords, you're going to be totally productive. You're going to be organized. You're going to be focused. You're going to find the right words and you're going to have clarity of purpose. And I really feel that you're thinking about your future. So some of you will be thinking about pension plans. You'll be thinking about important documents. You may be thinking about where you feel like you belong in the world this month as well. But ultimately, I feel this is a time for you to get super organized because I feel July, especially the end of July and August, are going to be very busy months for you. And I feel you're just being really honest and cutting out distractions, but also cutting out anything that is not healthy for you or doesn't give back in some way where there's no reciprocity, okay? But I feel like you are, very self-sufficient. I mean, for some of you, this could be that you're independently striking out on your own to set up your own business, a new startup, or become an entrepreneur, or you are already an entrepreneur and you are branching out in some way to have international links or go global. For some of you, if you're retired, for example, this could be that you are thinking about going on an independent trip where you want to meet new people, but at the same time you want to go on a trip on your own terms, or you may be doing something differently that your family are like, oh, okay, that's interesting. Why would you choose that? And you're like, well, it's not for you to understand. I just have a calling to do this at this time. You're following your hunches. Also, I feel that you are looking at your emotions at this time, because I feel some of you, you have been like, how can I put it? It's almost like, as I've mentioned already, you've been existing. You've been, focusing on your tasks, your responsibility, and you're kind of like wanting to embrace more fun, more joy, more exciting adventures. And you're promising yourself that you're going to do more traveling, or you're going to get out of being stuck in a rut. So I definitely see that you're going to make that promise to yourself, and you're going to fulfill that promise to yourself as well. Okay. Thanks so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Now, I want you to be aware, I'm being given this energy that most spiritual awakenings rarely happen during peaceful times. Okay. It's when we're in the middle of a conflict, or we're in the middle of being angry or frustrated or fed up or feeling stuck, or just fed up of doing the same old thing, or being stuck in the same old cycle of repeat, that we suddenly realize something needs to change. And I feel that you're in the midst of that right now. You can't keep accepting something, or you can't keep living the way that you've been living in some area of your life, and you're like, it has to change. So I feel life is going to pick up a bit of pace for you in a really interesting way. But at the same time, I feel you're more in control of the things that you do day to day. So we have movement, speed, okay? Now, of course, you don't want to go too quickly. Some of you may have actually felt that you've been like almost on autopilot, and the days have just been flying on by, and you're like, where's the time going? You haven't had time for you. There's been some critical moments where you're like, I need a rest, but you've been on it, almost like you've been on the treadmill of life, and you can't catch a break. This is the month to really slow down, especially at the beginning of the month there for you, but it will pick up pace, I have to say, at the end of the month. It's number 42 when you reduce it. 4 plus 2, of course, is 6, and that's the number of balance. But this is about savoring the experiences of your life. Rushing around doesn't help us experience the moment, or help us kind of, savor the moment, savor the relationship. So I feel you're being called to be more mindful of the speed or the pace that you're living your life at right now, and the activities that you do, and really being present in the moment, so that you have a more enriching experience with people and, places and moments. But also, I feel like you're not wanting to waste your time. So you're being more careful of how you spend your time, and taking quality time with those that you love, but also with yourself at this time. So although this is a card of movement and speed, I really feel part of your reading is saying slow down. Okay, smell the roses a little bit more, if that's possible. It's not always possible. And we've also got number 19, which is the Sun card energy. So this is things flourishing. I mean, it is the plants card, growth. So I feel like you are going through a major period of personal development and growth at this time, but also there is financial growth about you. If you're not seeing the financial rewards of your investments or your labor at this time, I definitely see that you will start to see your commitment to prosperity start to flourish. When you get this card, it's really about respect as well. And it's also about finding the magic in the everyday things, that you're the sort of person who can make something from nothing. So relax. Sometimes when we let go of something and we feel like we don't have it anymore, it means the universe is pointing us in a different direction to discover something new, or somebody new, or have a new experience. So it's kind of like, let go. You don't have to control things. But also I feel that right now, from small things, large things grow. So I feel like you may be implementing new ideas, or you may be starting small steps towards something, and it will start to grow there for you. And I feel it will be very successful. If you've got an idea, begin it. You're being encouraged this month to begin something that you have delayed for a while, whether it is a project, whether it is a lifestyle choice, whether it is a connection, whether it is a curiosity. Go for it. You're being encouraged to embrace it this month. Now also, plants offer pathways to healing. So some of you could be looking at organic ways to, implement certain foods into your life to have better gut health, or live more sort of like healthily in some way. I mean, some of you, if you're lucky enough to have a garden, or you can even plant things at home. So it could be that you're thinking about growing your own food or your own herbs, for example, in the home space or in a garden if you're lucky enough to have one. If not, it may be on your windowsill or on a balcony if you're lucky enough to have one of those. So I feel some of you may be looking at that at this time as well, which is very, very interesting. I feel like you've got green fingers, so you can make things grow in your life. But I also see that you're attracting more wealth as well. So I'll leave it there. I hope something resonates in that reading for you. If it does, please like or subscribe to my channel. Completely free for you. All you have to do is press that little notification bell. It lets you know when I update my next message. It lets me know that you resonate with the reading, which is so important for me too. Also, before I forget, I am doing the competition. So all you have to do to enter this competition is find a moment of quietness. That's going to be easier said than done with you, my beautiful Sagittarians, but hopefully you can find a moment. And then I'd like you to play a song called You're the Voice by John Farnham. And then after listening to that song, write in the comments section below, I stand strong with an attitude of gratitude. Now, music, it raises vibrations, and since we're currently in a critical point in the world, playing a song that raises vibrations is important at this time. Now, of course, if you do not like the song that has been suggested by my guides, then please choose one that resonates more with you. The effect will absolutely be the same. I just want you to raise your vibrations, and then my guides will point me in the direction of one person to offer a free personal reading to you, and I will announce that competition winner at the end of the month, okay? Now, your final trinkets are the owl, which is wisdom. Okay, in stillness comes wisdom, and if you're rushing all over the place, then you cannot hear your heart or connect to your higher self. So I feel this is about taking time, giving yourself permission to find time or carve out time for you. But also the wise old owl, as I said earlier, in stillness, sometimes if you withdraw and watch or observe a person who you feel is not telling you the whole truth about something, they will reveal their truth themselves through body actions and body language. So watch out for that, because the wise old owl sees everything, says nothing, but uses that information to inform themselves and where they should locate themselves as well. Now, of course, owls indicate new knowledge. So some of you could be taking a class of learning this month, or submerging yourself in a new idea or a new hobby. This is a month to get curious and really investigate what makes you happy. And of course, we also have the wheel rune. So this is a Wheel of Fortune rune. I'm really excited to see this because Wheel of Fortune energy and the Tower energy tends to show up in my readings together. So this is about your journey. Enjoying the journey, trusting the process. Some messages coming in of celebration is what I'm feeling there as well. This is about you taking the right action on your path. You are on the right path is what I'm seeing there. And I feel like this is about you being more in control of your destiny and dictating the pace is what I'm being given here as well. So a nice little lucky break for you that happens in the first 2 weeks of July is what I'm seeing there. Another nice piece of news right at the end of July, but I feel the big stuff comes before the middle of July for you, okay? So I will leave it there. Some of you, before I go, some of you are going to be paying close attention to documents, important documents this month, so please check your emails, especially spam folders. There may be an important document that goes there, and it is time sensitive. You don't want to miss it. This is the thing that could be delayed in some way. It's critical, but I feel like you will still be on target, but it may be a little bit of extra pressure when you realize, oh, it had a deadline. So I'll leave it there. Thank you so much, my beautiful Sagittarians, and love and light.